Alright guys, I'm back with another lawsuit for Disney. Yes, another lawsuit. I swear they're just getting hit with lawsuits left and right here. But this one in particularly, I'm not really been talking about a bunch of them, because of, there's been so many of them, but in this video, I want to talk about this specific lawsuit with Moana 2, because of, this being kind of a thing in the past and all that I'm going to talk about. But before I continue any further, please subscribe to my channel and all that, hit the notification bell. I don't really talk about Disney much anymore. I mean, it may seem like I do, but I was actually making quite a bit of videos at first, not just with Disney, but other companies and all that with, Hollywood, but I've been kind of just, at this point, it feels like it's kind of just repeating itself, so I've not been talking about it as much, because personally, in my opinion, I don't really care, I just don't really care about this stuff much anymore, but I kind of want to talk about this and kind of throw my opinion out, in this video, so, yeah. So as you guys know, Disney has had tons of lawsuits. They're actually happening more frequently, and I think it's because Disney is running out of money. Disney's running out of money, and they're, the people are starting to hammer down on the lawsuits, which I'm not really surprised. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of saw this coming. Because I'm like, eventually they're gonna end up screwing up so damn bad and all. They're gonna lose, tons of money and all that. And, I'm just like, they can only go so far with this. Especially, because they've lost so much money. I'm just like, I've been waiting for people to start doing this a lot more. They've been doing it a lot more. I mean, there's been lawsuits in the past, this one particularly, which I'll be talking about here, but I will say they have been happening way more recently, in the last couple years. And some of them, they've actually lost to the lawsuits. They want to say they settled them, like the whole DeSantis thing in Florida, but no, I think they actually lost that. That was something they were battling for a couple years there, and, yeah, Chapek kind of, when he was CEO, that lawsuit was happening, but then Iger came back and, made it worse, Again, people are out there praising Iger, coming back, and he's trying to make himself look like the hero, but I'm trying to tell people he's not, because that was one thing he did that was so fucking stupid. He made a lawsuit and all that, with that, and, yeah, basically, it's just freaking ridiculous. I'm sorry, it's just ridiculous. And then we have, we had that lawsuit with the streaming services, with the whole Fubo and all that. And Disney is now going to gain control of that. I was hearing, I was thinking it was going to be Warner Brothers and Fox that was going to be part of it too. But it looks like, I don't know, maybe there'll be their big channels included in it. I don't know how this is going, but it just sounds to me like it's gonna be more like the Hulu thing, which, by the way, they still have Hulu and they're still paying that off. I've been hearing I don't know why they keep overspending on shit, and that's what Iger is. Iger's known for overspending on shit and all that, and I'm just like, that's the problem. That's how he bought out that lawsuit. That's actually how they've done it in the past. They have either have stalled people out, or they ended up just throwing money at them to shut them up. The problem is, though, is people are fed up with their bullshit, and they keep, they're only going to go so far, and they're going to eventually run out of money to throw at the people, and, it's going to bite them in the ass. It really is. In this case, though, I don't know. I don't know if this lawsuit will actually go through. I think what's going to happen is, I think this person is going to lose the lawsuit. But the story of this whole lawsuit with Moana 2 actually goes back to Moana 1. Yeah, this was a lawsuit back, when Moana 1 came out, and this person was reporting, that they stole his or her idea. I don't remember if this person was a female or male. We'll just say the person's idea, and I don't remember who's actually going after them. But the thing is, though, is they're going after Disney because they used ideas. Now I'm not sure if they're completely ripping off this person's ideas. I just know it's been a trend for a while. They tried to do it in the past, but they stalled this person out of money, and then they're trying to do it again. The problem is, though, because they already did this once, I'm like, are they gonna actually be able to fight back? Because because they already fought them once, And I'm not saying that Disney completely ripped off Moana. I'm not saying that. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that, but this is a trend that happens all the time. A company will have similar ideas, and all that, and to another film, and basically they can still make it work. Like, for example, we had Ants, and then we had A Bug's Life. Had similar concepts, but both were still completely different movies. We also had, like Ice Age and Shrek. I've heard people comparing Ice Age to Shrek, and I'm like, yeah, they borrow some stuff. Well, actually, they don't really borrow anything, because that movie came out literally a year later. Actually, I think it was in development beforehand, is what I heard. Yeah, I think I heard that movie was actually going to be a hand-drawn animated movie, and then it got put on Blue Sky and all that, because I think 20th Century Fox, at that time, was like, should we, take it to them or not, I don't know. It was different times, but yeah, basically that's kind of the whole thing too. You have ideas like that all the time, but like I said, with Shrek, they had we have a person, a main character who wants to be left alone and all that, and then an annoying side character, comes in, and they have to change their lives and all that, But honestly, I don't know. I don't really see a whole lot of similarities in that. I see more of that with Ants and A Bug's Life than anything. But yeah, it's kind of just one of those things, But I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to say that Disney didn't rip them off. But again, it's kind of hard to say. But I will say, from what I've heard, again, this could be this person saying stuff, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's true. I mean, Disney's done a lot of horrible shit to people. I mean, we can't forget that whole lawsuit with them in the Predator movies, which, by the way, I think they just the people kind of lost that because they drove them out of money pretty much to fight them in court, which, again, I'll tell you, the whole court system thing, before I talk about the Moana part, the whole court system thing in America is so fucking broken. Like, it is broken as hell. Like, I mean, we have Alec Baldwin over there, trashing on people and all that, and he hasn't gotten charged for fucking literally killing somebody. He killed somebody. I don't think he did it on purpose, but he literally fucking killed somebody, and he got away with it. Like, the guy got away with it. Now, I don't know exactly, how, if you kill somebody on accident, I don't know how, that stuff would work, versus doing it on purpose. But still, he did it. He accidentally killed somebody and all that, and, on set and all that, So, the thing is, he killed somebody, but he got away with it and all that, and he's shitting on people for having their opinion on Trump and all that, and, in trying to, say that they're awful people and all, when he's the one who killed somebody, for Pete's sake, but I know I'm kind of sound like I'm going off topic, but I'm just saying that's kind of what happens in courts. A lot of times these people will get away with shit they do, and that's not how it should work, but that's kind of that's kind of, the way it works, but unfortunately, but they'll just probably use money to bribe people, and that's kind of how I think Disney does it too. They probably use money to bribe people or something. I don't know, but the thing is, though, I think they're starting to lose these court things too. They're losing it, They're starting to lose the court stuff, and that's a good thing. But this is one I don't think the person's probably gonna win, because if they won it the first time, maybe they might have a chance. But even then, that still would have been slim. Like, well, if they didn't fight him before and that are fighting him, but consider they already fought them once and then run them out of money, That's kind of the problem there, and, that's kind of the problem. That's what they'll do. That's what they'll do to people. But what I've heard is, like I said, this person here was talking about, had an idea, had scripts and all that, everything, and basically, they had scripts and all that, and this, pitched it to somebody and all that, but trying to get it off the ground, and this person, I think, what I've heard, I could be wrong with this, but what I've heard is they stabbed him on the back, and that's kind of what pissed this person off when they made Moana and all that. And yeah, I will say some of these movies do take a couple years to make, and that's true. Moana would have taken a few years to make, I mean, even Pixar, look at Pixar. Pixar also had made a movie 20th Century Fox's, I don't remember what the movie's called, I forgot, but it kind of has a similar concept where a person dies and goes to the spirit world. They're both Mexican movies and all that, so, they have similarities there. It involves music, I think, and all that. I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I actually forgot what it's called. I think I used to own it on DVD, I thought. Maybe I didn't. But, a few years later, they also made that there. So people are saying, like I said, it's a ripoff. And, I guess technically it can still be kind of a ripoff, because it takes a couple years to, develop stuff like casting and, stories and all that. But it wasn't far enough apart, I think, where they actually ripped him off. But that's just the thing, though. That's kind of the thing there, you can only come up with so many ideas, but the thing is, though, Disney has definitely borrowed stuff from before. If you know the Incredibles, the Incredibles? Well, yeah, Freakazoid. Freakazoid is a superhero from a superhero show. It's actually kind of lost media, I think, at this point. But at that time, it was still a big thing there. You could probably find the show somewhere, but you can literally tell, it feels way too coincidental that they had, it feels way too coincidental that they have literally the same design. Yeah, they have the same design. Like Freakazoid, his mask, the way his mask looks, his outfit, his hair looks like Syndrome, his mask in outfit looks like the Incredibles. Well, his mask looks like him too. So you can tell it literally looks similar. It looks very similar, So I can kind of see that, but that's the thing, though. Like I said, if you can use ideas. The problem is, though, it's too with some of these studios is they might throw a fit at this too, and that's a problem. They might win the suit if they do that, because they have threatened people before. People have gotten threatened by studios before with copyright crap and all that, but then they turn around and do the same shit to other people, and it's okay, and I'm just I just think the whole thing is just stupid. But I'm not gonna say what I actually have been working on scripts of my own. I'm not gonna say what they are. I've already showed some off, but I'm kind of trying to not do that as much because it's been getting really bad. But I'm gonna try to figure out something here. But But I actually do want to get this stuff off the ground, but I don't plan on doing it with Hollywood just because of these stories I've been hearing and all that. And then like Nickelodeon, I thought about doing it there, but I'm like, there's so many reports too of like people getting, like I haven't heard like a lot of people getting screwed over very bad with. Well, I guess the shows kind of have with SpongeBob and all that, but like I haven't heard it being as bad as like. I mean, they still get shows and all that on there. They just don't air very long. While like other people, like they literally flat out steal your work. They steal your work. But again, I don't know. I don't know what to say there, but again, I'm like at this point too. I'm like, if it's Moana 2, like, would it make more sense to sue the person? Like, sue the person that's actually making the movie, not the company itself, too, now that I think about it. I mean, some of this stuff can be part of the company. I mean, Lucasfilm and all that stuff that's part of that's part of, like, Disney. A lot of that crap that's been going through is in Disney, but like, with movies like Moana, I don't know if that would be, like, but again, it could be, like, ripping it off, but I will say the person that came out and said that too, he did say that, like, but again, we don't know if he actually stole something or not, but he came out, I think, and made a good point too, like what I've been saying, like, they're gonna have similar ideas, you're gonna have similar ideas, to certain stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that they have not done this crap. Like, I've heard people saying they've used artwork that's very, very similar in their parks and all that, and yeah, that's technically, they have stolen that, but I don't know if I would say, I don't know, like I said, I'd have to look at the script, to see, the whole thing, but the problem is, though, I don't know, the way I'm hearing it, it sounds like this person might not be able to use their script. And that might be a problem there, but especially if you've had it in development for a long time and trying to get it pitched to somebody, then yeah, I can see the problem. Because if you got it pitched to somebody, then I don't know, it could be a little bit different, but that's why I would say you would probably be better off starting out with comics too, because then technically you have proof that you own the stuff. I've actually made a comic book, and I'm actually working on making more of them. I actually have another one that I'm working on. I had to find a different artist, though, because mine, which is Maddie, is sadly, she's sadly, moving on with bigger things in life with animals and all that. She's working with the environment, so trying to get a hold of her and all that's really hard. So I was like, I mean, I liked her artwork, but I'm going to have to find somebody else to do the others. But that's okay. I mean, it sucks, but I would have liked to see her do more, but I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. But I will say, yeah, I think we are definitely... I think this is definitely where we're starting to kind of see, again, like the tables turn on the Walt Disney Company too, like with lawsuits. But in this case, yeah, I don't think they're going to, I think this person's probably going to lose a lawsuit, unfortunately. I mean, I shouldn't say unfortunately, because again, I don't know exactly what they had for their content, but again, I wouldn't be surprised either if they stole this stuff too, because they have been reported to do it in the past in their parks, but again, this is a different person, too. This is an actual person, not somebody, with the company, so. But I guess maybe the company's coming out there and also getting involved, saying they can't do certain stuff, too. I don't know. I don't know what exactly is going on, but yeah, I'm just like I said, I think we should probably just, I mean, I don't think they're going to be winning the lawsuits much longer. I think we're going to be seeing, like, we're starting to see them actually lose some. And I'm just like, how much longer is Disney going to do this? How much longer are they going to be able to fight back these damn lawsuits? Not to mention they bought Fubo, like Fubo, like they spent like I don't remember how much they spent on it. I think it was like millions of dollars. I mean, I guess that's not too bad, but like, consider they're like in $40 in debt. Like, well, not 40. I mean, in $40 million in debt. Like, actually over $40 million in debt. They're over that. Because they've been spending shit like on streaming and Fox and Hulu and all that, and now they're buying Fubo, which I'm like, why? Like, why are they buying why were they buying Fubo? I did make a video on that, but I still don't get why. I mean, I don't even know what the hell Fubo is. Like, what the hell is Fubo TV? I mean, I know it's got sports on it, but I'm like, I never really even heard of it. But I'm just like, that's kind of what they're doing, I mean, they probably bought it just to shut them up too. But I'm like, isn't that the whole thing with the whole monopoly or lawsuit or something? I don't get it. I just don't freaking get it. But I'm like, just like, I don't know. I'm like, again, that's kind of the whole thing to it. Iger, well, with Chapek was his numbers. He wanted numbers. Iger's thing is freaking buying shit up and trying to own the entire universe or something, like, I mean, obviously he's not going to be able to buy everything up because that would be considered a monopoly, but I don't know, I think they're kind of already kind of a monopoly. I mean, if they have this much power over shit, yeah, they definitely have too much power, honestly, but that's the problem, though. But I'm just like, I mean, they go in there and like buy shit out. They don't know what to do with it. They shut it down. Yeah, they'll shut it down, and it'll go like, and it'll fade away, kind of like Blue Sky and all that. And I'm just like, yeah, sorry, I have a message there too for my friend. But I'm just like I said, I feel like this whole thing is just stupid, and I'm just like, I don't know, I'm like, again, how much longer can they, do this stuff? Especially, like I said, they're in debt. They are in debt. I've looked up their debt. They are in huge debt. I think they're in more. I think I remember looking at Paramount too. I think they're in more debt than Paramount. And I mean, well, Disney's got more crap to cover them off, like the parks and all that. But people are leaving the parks and going to like Universal and all that because it's got a better set of parks and all that. I hear it's expensive too, but you can do a lot more stuff. It's a lot easier to navigate. The employees are being treated much better. There's what I've heard. I mean, they did get rewarded, a few years back for actually treating their, customers. They're not customers, they're employees. Sorry, their employees very well. I'm like, I don't know, I'm just like the whole thing. Like I said, this is the problem. I'm like, you're gonna keep treating your people like shit, I'm like, eventually you're gonna run out of people to go to, I mean, there's gonna be certain people that are gonna be selfish assholes who only care about themselves or, don't, like, I mean, we got, like, people, like I said, we got Rachel Zegwerg, we got other people too, like Alec Bowman. But I'm like, well, I don't even know if I think I've heard he's wanting to leave the country, but I'm just like, there's people out there that are selfish, but the majority of the people are just going to be like, just fed up with this stuff. And eventually, yeah, you're going to run out of customers, and what are you going to do? Where's the money going to go? I mean, and actually their stock is going down again, too. Their stock is now at $108. 108, yeah, I think, it was dollars or something like that, worth of stock. Actually, I don't know if I would say, I don't think it's dollars, I think it would be referred to as something else, but that's the thing, though. I'm like, that's the thing, I'm like, you can only go so far, and that's the problem. They're running out of money, they're running out of people to go to, because they're not only pissing off the fans, but they're driving away their employees, and you can replace them with robots and all of that, but that's only going to do so much, That's only going to do so much, And I mean, AI is very powerful, but again, AI can only do so much. And that's the problem with these lawsuits. Like the whole, Predator movies, and then the whole Bill Nye thing. I didn't bring up Bill Nye, but yeah, Bill Nye got a lawsuit too. They might have friends or family members they know. And some of these people are very popular people. And when you hear people, like that, they're not going to want to support you if you're going to be treating your employees like shit and all that, I'm just like, that's kind of how it is. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. In the past, I've said I wanted to see the company get better, but now I'm just like, I don't know if I really have faith in the company. I feel like what's gonna need to happen is they're gonna need to reset everything. Like, they're gonna need to have either somebody very smart, a very smart business person come in there and course correct everything, cut cost, by possibly selling off assets and all that, and cutting down cost on stuff and firing all these toxic people. Or you're gonna need to have have the company sold off to a completely different company. Which, because Disney's so big, that's probably going to be a little bit hard to do, but honestly, I can probably see that. I think they're probably going to end up getting sold off. That's what's going to happen. They're going to get sold off. I don't think Iger even has any plans on leaving right now. Iger's still there. He's still there. He was talking about finding a replacement, but he kind of just stopped talking about that. But I'm thinking though, since Trump is back, because I think Iger's a very leftist person. He's very left. There's people that are left, and right, that have their own opinions on politics. But then there's people that are either too far on one side or the other. And Iger is way too far on the left. And since Trump is back in office, I don't know, I could probably see Iger leaving. I think Iger could probably end up just leaving, but I don't know. I don't think he'll probably sell off the company, but the guy needs to go. He needs to get the boot and get the hell out of the company and put someone else in there that actually cares and all that, but I don't know. I don't know if it's ever going to go back to the way it was before. It might. I mean, we've had dark ages before, but nothing like this with the Walt Disney Company. Nothing like this. This has been awful. It's been bad. I mean, they've had some good movies here and there for the last few years, but that's pretty much about really it. I think they're pretty much just... I feel like they're just kind of just trying to survive at this point. And you got people out here trying to, do lawsuits too, I mean, I know I'm kind of getting a little carried away there, but I feel like they just don't know what the hell they what to do either. I mean, even this Moana 2 movie didn't really do very well either, it just didn't do very well, but I don't know, but I'm kind of ready to call it quits on this video here, because, I mean, I don't really have much else to say that I haven't already said before. But yeah, I think Disney will probably end up getting sold in the future, and I also have a feeling Iger's gonna leave, and I think Moana 2, unfortunately, I think they're probably gonna just end up getting rid of Moana. I think Moana, the whole Moana lawsuit's gonna go away too. But like I've said too, but in the past, it's gonna get harder and harder for them to actually sue people and get away with it, because social media is so big. And I mean, they could probably get away with suing people, but people are going to look back at this stuff and just be like, this is the company we're spending money on, I mean, they're not the only ones that do this. A lot of companies do this, but they are the big one here. They own so much stuff, so a lot of people turn to them when they think about this stuff. But yeah, they definitely aren't the only companies that go in and screw people over, but I don't know. But I'm definitely going to go ahead and let things go from here. See you guys later. Tell me what you guys think about this in in the videos and the comments below. Anywho, bye-bye.